Now, this question of meditation is a very, very, very sensitive question. There is no lover, okay, and there is no one that we are loving. There is only love. Okay, very difficult to understand. Very difficult to understand. Why? We will come to this. And that is why meditation is necessary.
Hi Krishna. So yesterday we were exploring what is it to think clearly and what is inquiry.
No, 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 not think clearly. You asked
What is meditation?
and why it is needed, and how will you explain it to a 10-year-old child?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we were talking about the not meditation yesterday, but we spoke about the prerequisite of meditation. Meditation uh, for a to even to think. Okay, first we all think, right? This is one point you and we all must understand and be very clear. Everybody, the whole mankind, there is one thing which is common. You might be literate, you might be illiterate, you might be a laureate, you might be a street man, you might be a farmer. Everybody thinks, right? So, what is common to all humanity? We all think. Thinking is common to all humanity, all, north, east, south, west, everybody, literate, illiterate, right?
Right.
Now, to think, we need words, we need a language. So, yesterday we spoke the importance of knowing, if not two languages, at least one language properly. So, in other words, education, okay, basic education, knowing a language, that's primary, that's very important. Because if I am not educated, my mind will be crude, and all that I can think of is, how to earn my bread, butter, how to have kids, how to have my home. More than that, I can't think, or I won't think. If you see, like a farmer or a man who does practices labor, like 500 rupees everyday labor, man who picks up bricks and things. There might be some people in that who might be very brilliant, and because, for example, there was a man called Kabir. Now he was also a poor man, and he was spinning cloth. Okay, and he was also doing almost daily wages, but then he wanted to know what truth is, what God is, and things like that. So, keeping the exceptions out, mostly an illiterate, uneducated man who's doing hard work and labor, okay, their thinking is very basic. And therefore, when it comes to matter of religion, matter of state, matter of politics, they just accept some point of view, which means they accept, they say, this is my leader, and this is what he says, and we believe in that. Okay. And without really understanding what they are, we just become party to one ideology and one way of religious thinking and few gods, but we have not actually found out anything. We are just copying our mother, father, our elders, what they have told us we are doing. Right? So, now this question of meditation is a very, very, very sensitive question. Why? Because who's going to tell you what meditation is? One, and what is meditation? Two, right? So I think a man, this is, I'm exploring right now. Uh, I'm thinking, when did I ask myself this question of meditation? Okay. Well, I was in a very peculiar way, interested in the question of God, truth, meditation very early in life. Okay, and I am talking about when I was in fifth standard, sixth standard. There used to be in our time a subject called moral science. And you know how many marks I used to get for moral science? Moral science, there used to be a book, okay, in which there was question like, what is God? Who is God? Okay, and then the answer is, God is omnipresent, God is omnipotent, all-knowing, all-powerful, and the omni, right? So
Right.
they, so that was the answer given in the book.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I used to do is I had a very, very sharp memory that time. I had a photographic memory. I used to see a page like this, and turn the page, and the page was gone in my head. Like, I had a photograph of that, and I could repeat all the lines. So, to these questions, what is God and things like that, we used to get in the moral science paper, we used to get 5, 6 questions or 7 questions, and we had to write the answers. Now, what everybody was doing, and I knew what everybody was doing, they were just writing the answer given in the book. Okay, and what I was doing is, there was this question, and then I wrote the answer in the book, full stop. And then I started writing my own answer. And my answer would go sometimes. Now, the answer given in the book is 2 lines, or maximum 3 lines, sometimes 1.5 line. Okay, like how will you define God? Omnipotent, omnipresent, omni this, da da da, all powerful, what else would you say? Okay, in a fifth standard book, you will say only that much. But I would start writing my own thing, and I don't know from where I used to get those ideas at the age of 10. And sometimes I don't know how long sometimes it used to be 1.5 page, 2 page. I would write my answer. Okay. And this is how I used to give my moral science paper. And you know how many marks my teachers would give me? They used to give me 99.
Wow.
Okay, and I got it not once, about 6, 7 times I remember. And they used to give a moral science card, and they used to say, my teacher would say, best, moral science to the naughtiest boy in the class. Okay, so I had very deep interest in these things, and that is why I was writing, right? So you can say that I had a philosophical bent of mind even as a kid. But how many people have? And so therefore, and I used to read a lot. What I would read, anything on yoga, anything on mind, anything on science, and my favorite subject was physics. Okay, and see today, if you have read a book by Fritz of Capra, okay, it's physics and spirituality, or
Towers.
the knowledge about the other, okay, the higher knowledge, that and physics, okay, especially quantum physics, they are coming together. So I found physics very fascinating even then. Then there was no quantum physics, nothing. And I say, oh, I love physics. Why? Because I thought, in firstly, it gives you an idea of what matter is, and then it goes into atom, and it goes into forces, and it gives you a very deeper insight into our material world. Okay, and also all the knowledge which is there in physics, all, okay, it's all useful. Okay, and physics, when it goes into quantum, okay, it transcends the normal laws of nature, and we get into a space in which the laws are breaking down, and we are coming to things like probability, a universe which is timeless, two parts of an electron which are interrelated to each other, even if they are put as far as the earth and the moon relatively to each other. If you take an electron and split it into two and keep it very, very far, and if you affect the motion of one electron, the other one, without the atomic clock even starting, which means no time, okay, instantly turns the other way. Okay, so this is what made Niels Bohr say a very profound statement, which in spirituality we have been saying that the universe is either one. One means one whole. Okay, which means there is no division. Okay, there is no such thing as distance, time. This. It seems it is there, but intrinsically it is one. At a subtle level, it is one. Okay, which is what I also say, and I have seen that the universe is one, and not only universe, I say the universe in the infinite light, and the infinite light is one whole, and the universe in it is another whole, a smaller whole. Okay, anyway, we are not coming there. So we are going to Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr says that either the universe is one means like one interconnected thing, okay, all interconnected, or it has no laws. Now, to a man who believes in logic, who has studied the science, and if you hear this statement that the universe is one, firstly, it's very difficult to understand that, which means what we are saying in spirituality, we are saying there is a word called Advait. Advait, they are not, they actually see it, they are more scientific than the scientist. They are saying there is no two.
Yeah.
See, one is a number. Okay. And Niels Bohr is saying it's one. It's not such an accurate statement. I'll tell you why. Because one is a number.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what about zero? If it is one, then where is zero?
Okay. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So one as what? As one whole. Whole. And what is the definition of a whole? The definition of a whole mathematically is it is more than, suppose this is the parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and now this is whole. Okay,
Yeah.
this is whole. So definition of this whole is it is the combination of all the parts and more than that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the definition of whole is again mystical. Yeah, it is not mathematical. What is more? Nobody knows what is more, but they are saying it's more. It is not 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. No, he's saying 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 plus another more, which is x or y. So 3x or 3y. And what is that x? We don't know. So, but this in Sanskrit, which I think is the most scientific language, okay, Sanskrit. If you want to learn the language of all language, if you want to become intelligent by learning a language, okay, I'm saying I have not learned Sanskrit, but I have learned little bit because I got the chance of doing the first Sanskrit feature film in the world.
Right.
And it was called Adi Shankaracharya. It was on the life of Adi Shankaracharya, the great saint, who propounded Advaita. That is what I'm talking about. Okay. So Niels Bohr is saying either the universe is one, and what Sanskrit is saying, not only the universe, he's saying the truth, the absolute truth in which the universe is. Okay, all together, it can be described only like this: Advait. Advait. Dvait means two. Ad means not. Advaita, not two. He is not saying one. So in other words, he knows if he says one, one has a value, but not two has no value. Okay, and it might have a lot of value. See, you see?
Yeah.
So there is no two in Advait, right? And in meditation, when you it translates when you realize this light, right? So it translates like there is no me. The me goes, and when the me goes, the you also go. There is no me, there is no lover, okay? And there is no one that we are loving. There is only love.
Okay.
Okay, very difficult to understand. Very difficult to understand. Why? We will come to this.
Yeah.
And that is why meditation is necessary. Kindly subscribe and share our videos.